Hello, this is Mauri from Thinkercharts, and this video is about risk management, cut loss thresholds, and how to size your trades correctly on Nadex from the get-go. Now, before I begin, a quick introduction to Thinkercharts. This website offers you charts. You can register for free and become a member. It has some cool and powerful tools to start earning trading capital by just sharing this website. The main features are basically daily charts. Okay, they are plotted on Thinkorswim. Okay, for indexes, commodities, and forex. Okay, of basic the basic contracts corresponding to the basic contracts that you have available on Nadex. Okay. Um, Also, you have daily videos, okay, daily strategies that I post every single day, where you can get some good hint of where to place trades or where to be on the lookout for trades in the following day. Okay, we always plan at night so that in the morning you just have to execute your plan. I also teach in the courses. If you access the courses section in the website, there are like some educational material where I teach some um, basic notion about how to begin trading. Okay, if you are new to trading, if you are thinking of begin trading, this is definitely a good spot for you. Uh, Especially this video, it's very hard to come by the information that I'm about to share with you, and really made the difference for me in my trading career. Okay, uh, to give you a brief overlook of what we're gonna discuss is basically I want you to imagine a juggler that juggles multiple clubs. Right? When you juggle multiple clubs, if you drop one club, you're still in the game. Right? But if you juggled with just one club and that club drops, you're basically the game is over for you. So I'm saying this because to set a good risk management and have a risk reward ratio set in place with cut loss thresholds, and ultimately size your trades correctly, it's fundamental in order for you to always keep the money even when you are having a bad trading day. It's fundamental that you are always capable of rebounding from a bad day. Okay, that's why you want to be the juggler that has multiple clubs and doesn't drop them all together and he's left without clubs to juggle. Okay, so we're gonna make sure that in this particular video, I'm gonna give you the basic notion on how to set those that particular risk management plan that can really help you in your trading. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that I want to show you is a table. Okay, it's a simple Excel table. Okay, this is for the month of September, and this is a table that you can find also as a downloadable in the course section, where I speak about risk and rewards and basic rudimental of Nadex. Okay, now this table is something that you fill up, and every day you put in what's your trading capital. So I have set in the course as initial trading capital $1,000. So everyone that starts trading with our group, even with a demo account, we always pretend that you start with 1,000, even if it displays $25,000 on demo. On a demo account of Nadex, we are still gonna pretend that you starting only with one. Why? Because we want to train and have a realistic approach on how to get on with our trades. Okay, so to give you a quick review here, there is the initial capital is set to 1,000. Okay, our risk rewards is 30%. Our cut loss threshold is 10%. And the number of position is a variable accordingly on how your capital grows. Okay, and I'm going to explain all this in a minute. The risk reward ratios is basically meaning what is the total amount of risk, okay, that you will expose your capital in a given trading day. Okay, and it's set to 30%. Now this is extremely high. all things considering. But for the demo, and also for with a trading capital so low at the beginning, it really helps you hedge and be able to get up and running with your trading capital um, right off the bat. So it's very important that you understand that if you will be trading real money, any financial advisor will tell you that this is a crazy number, and you will need to always consider that your initial trading capital should be um, a sum, an amount of money that you can afford to lose. That means you don't want to put as your trading capital money that you need for your rent, for your mortgage, or any other expenses that you need for you to survive. So it's very important that when you begin trading, you set your initial capital to a sum that you can risk to lose. Okay, and you can start with 500. Anything lower than 500, really, I consider it maybe like too low. I tried. I tried starting different accounts. I failed with anything under 150 to get it off the ground, but anything above 250, it's doable. It just will take you much longer time. Okay, definitely recommendable if you're a beginner to stay with a 500 or lower than 500, and if you already have some experience, to start with 1,000. In all the educational material, I disclose that any trading decision you make are yours, and so your responsibility. So please be advised that any information you get in this video is just for educational purpose. Okay. All right. So the cut loss threshold is basically 10% of this 30%. That means that you will cut your losses before you lose your 30%. That's the concept of the juggling clubs. You don't want to run out of all the fuel before you are reaching your destination. So I'm going to teach you how to cut loss, how to use this cut loss threshold so that you will be able to uh, don't run out of your uh, initial trading capital immediately. Okay, and then the other thing that I want to tell you is that about the cut loss threshold is that you the cut loss threshold is a useful tool if it's used wise. Okay, it cannot be used blindly. Why? Because what is this? The purpose of a cut loss threshold is basically telling you if you are making a decision and you are thinking of entering a trade, right? And you ultimately enter that trade, and because of that intuition, and the intuition proved wrong, don't wait until you lose all your money before exiting, okay? And you must have that number set. Now, the one that proved right for me has always been 10% of my risk reward ratio. It always worked good. You can downsize it. I know people that downsize it to 5%. I don't recommend it. I know that if you unless you're um, a person that is a very strict in his entries and is very clean in the way how you time your entries, uh, you definitely want to be cautious, because if you cut your losses too short and you don't give enough time for a trade to mature, you can actually result in a complete disaster. You will lose ultimately all your money, okay, reserved for the deciding to risk within your trading capital, and it will your initial trading capital will shrink rapidly. So my idea is always like to have anything between 10 and 15%, but if you want to try a 5% is okay. Then there's different styles of trading. Okay, you can be a swing trader, like an overnight trader. You can be a day trader, a scalper trader. You can be a out the money trader. There's so many different styles. So your threshold and your risk reward ratio should be set within your style. Okay, now this is just a reference for you. You'll be trading with me. If you're trading with me, you understand that I'm a very conservative person, so I can have higher risk reward ratios and cut loss threshold set. because I always trade only in extreme areas where there's an edge on the market. I don't trade the market when I don't have a clear edge. Okay, um, I don't have to clock in the morning to put in my set number of trades. So I can be one day completely off and off, no completely, no even placing one trade, and then I might be able to do many trades in another day. So set your style and understand this. Start trading. I can guide you so that you can take off my style and then develop your own. Okay. All right. The number of positions are variable, and if you have initial capital less than $1,000, my number of open positions should be 2.5. That means no more than three or two at a time. Okay. Um, if my initial capital is more than $1,000, I will use a 5.0 multiplier. That means I have 5 positions open, okay, at the same time. Uh, it's very important that you understand that the more position open you have, the more clubs you have playing. So if one goes bad, the other one can reward you, and then you'll keep your balance in the end positive. Okay, so to explain rapidly the whole table, here on this column you have the days of the week. This is for the month of September. You have Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and so on. Okay, here's the trading capital. We update the trading capital manually. Like at the end of the day, I enter here my trading capital standing. Okay, and on this next column, okay, we have total risk. Okay, this is calculated with a 30% risk reward ratio, and basically is calculated from the previous day. So for example, this will be calculated from this day, or this from the previous day, and then this from the previous day, so that you basically base your risk reward ratios um, on the following days from the previous account balance. Okay. uh, on the next column, you have cut loss per position. Okay, this is calculated. This is based by average. Okay, again, this is a reference for you. This doesn't mean that you need to cut loss all your position at $30. You can cut a loss shortly if you think you have made a mistake. Okay, but this gives you a reference that if you are, like, for example, in a contract that is extended for, like, say, for 6 hours, and you think that the value will rebound, you should hold your position at least until it reaches your threshold. Okay, the threshold also is calculated on the previous day. Okay, balance, and it's basically the 10% of your total risk. Okay, so this is 10% of 384. This is 10% of 495. Okay, and then here you have the average position size. This is a variable average position size, and it is based on the size of your trading capital. Uh, that means that the more the more trading capital you raise, the more position you can have open at the same time. All right. So to give you a practical example, in this particular case, you have 5 position on a $60 average that will sum up to $300. Now, because your cut loss uh, position, I'm going to give you a practical example right now on Nadex, but just bear with me and try to follow the numbers. Uh, if you do the math times position, uh, 5 position open at $60, okay, that'll give you 300. Okay, if you have $30 times 5 is 150. It's pretty simple. Before you lose it all, okay, you will cut your loss to half. So you will really lose no more than 15% per trading day. Okay, and this basically your rule. Okay, so of the $300 in any given day, you will never lose the $300. You cannot lose more than 150. That's basically what this risk management plan sets in place. Okay. Okay, in the following columns here, it's pretty simple. This is basically give you a percentage standing of your trading capital. Like for example, here you're 28% up, here you're 65% up, and here you are 118% up. If you will have a loss, for example, let's say you're down $20 from your initial capital, you're minus 2%. Okay. Here on the last column of this spreadsheet, okay, you have the Nadex demo balance, and basically this is how the demo balance is going to show on your Nadex demo account. Remember, we pretend that our initial capital is $1,000, but we can now modify it into our Nadex account. So this is how it reads, okay? And if you will be like, for example, $20 less, it will read like this, 24,980 and so on. And this is just for your reference, okay? And it'll help you every day. At the end of every trading session, we update these spreadsheet so that we have always a clear standing, a clear understanding of where we are, where is our trading capital, what is our total percentage increase or decrease on trading capital, and what is the adjustment we need to do on our management plan. Okay. To give you a quick example, so here on Nadex, for example, I have Euro USD open in this particular level. You can buy for 61.25 or sell for 56.75. It's around basically the same, and I picked this particular binary for a reason. So 61.25, again, you see by average is supposed to be 60. It's not that I'm not entering this contract because my management tells me that it's $1 less, okay? That average price is by average, okay? If I will enter and decided to trade only Euro USD for the day, okay? I think there is no edge on any other of the charts, so I will enter all 5 of my positions on this particular trade. Now, it's not recommendable. I always suggest and recommend that you spread your trades across several entries, so that if one intuition is wrong, one of your trading plans fails, the other one will sustain your balance sheet. Okay. So for example, if I want to enter and buy 5 position, you see my total exposure will be by $6 outside of my total risk, assumed risk from my risk management plan, and my maximum profit would be 193. Okay. That means if I enter this trade and value all of a sudden tanks down and I'm losing, I will hold this position for sure no more than a total loss of $150. So if I'm losing more than $150, I will take the hit. Yeah, there will be a moment of sorrow, but guess what? I rather prefer keeping the other $150 in my piggy bank before I run broke than already this trade is proving myself wrong. Now, if I have long time run, let's say 12 hours, I can also decide to bypass my risk management. Again, consistency in trading is everything. So the more consistent you are to your plan, the more successful you will probably be. Again, if you'll be, for instance, deciding to enter only one trade, you'll still have 4 more entries that you can choose on another chart. Okay, I believe this is all for today. I really thank you for sharing this time with me. I hope that this turned out to be useful to you, and hopefully entices you to learn more about Thinkercharts. And if you can like this video, like our page on Facebook, I would really appreciate it. And I thank you, and hopefully I'll see you in Thinkercharts. Take care now.